We join the hosts of heaven and sing. We say, praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above me, heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Praise God, praise.
Very good. You can eat it anytime, in the night, in the morning, because it's very light and easily digested, and it's helped the body system.
Wow.
And how to prepare it is you use it with omorogun.
Omorogun, if your mommy beats you with this omorogun, you are in for a long
In
thing.
case you are even doing wrong, they just
Exactly, I remember omorogun. Awesome.
Thank you
That's
very
great.
much.
All right.
And after preparing it, I don't know this one is what you do. So this one is serving to parents. Sit down.
Apoti.
Yes.
All right, because this is a cooking competition, but at the same time, we are learning a lot
After
today.
Apoti now, come down here, sit down properly, and you put it in your hands. And turn it properly. It's so soft and hot.
Wow.
And the rounding is so much very light, easy, and the combination is good and very good.
you have the beef proper. The liver or head is over there because that cooks faster. Add it a little later.
Awesome.
Because the liver is soft. So,
And because this is the stew.
Stew for
So ingredients.
farm field cooking competition. May the best team win.
Thank you.
Just for the record, can you please introduce yourself again? Just for the
Okay,
record.
so let's have them here. I have with me here the team. We have Grace, Adebola, Shiyi, and Tosin.
All right.
The supervisors, can we have the supervisors?
And we have the supervisors here. Mrs. Oborotimi and Dr. Mrs. Oyado.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. name and what you are cooking.
Okay, my name is Odika, and here with me is Ipat Emmanuel, and we have our junior chefs, Francis Wakano, and all right, thank you very much. So today for Niger representation, what we are preparing today is afang soup. The afang soup is basically from the Calabar Afang region. And if I could be able to give us more description of what it is. Thank you.
Thank you for doing safely in this kitchen. So thank you very much. That's all we have for now. Back to you, please.
Thank you very much, sir. Indeed, what a woman can do, a man can do better. Like when I was coming in, when we were coming in, the aroma was so inviting. It's impossible to resist. At least I just want to wish you good luck in this cooking competition. For your hand to be in it, I'm very sure I'm going to rate the Niger Delta Tag. Thank you very much, and may the best team win.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So right now you're talking, I already started. We had already come. No, but with me, even they should say we don't even did the game. See.
Community, they have spotlighted us. Yes, so. Yes.
Okay,
Give me that one. Please, let me have that. Please, let me with that one.
You want to bring pen? There's no space.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying tuned. I'm sure you've been seeing all the various videos and information from all the houses that our correspondents have been to. So far, I think they visited the Yoruba group, they visited the Hausa group, the Niger Delta group, and they are currently with the Middle Belt, I believe. So I'm going to be introducing to you a group of people who will be discussing our various meals and, experiences with food and just, general chatter about food during this competition. So kindly welcome Mrs. Enotaiwo.
I'm so looking forward to this discussion, and I'm sure I'll have a nice time with my wonderful co-discussants.
You're welcome, Eno. And to my right here, I have Mr. Taiwo Adeyemi. You're welcome to the show.
All right, thank you. And like she said, I can't wait to discuss food. I love food.
I know you do.
As I'm watching the screen, I'm already having a watery mouth. So let's get it started.
Mr. Taiwo, you're just so funny. You will get to meet him shortly. He's a very interesting person. And to my left here, I have Mr. Kehinde Ogunlano. Please say hello to the house.
Yeah, hello. It's so nice to be here. I'm glad I'm here this afternoon. Can't wait to discuss food too, just like
or maybe you are the mother, the twins mother.
Maybe in another life. Thank you. So can you just tell us where you're from, Eno, please?
Okay. So by birth, I'm from Oron, Akwa Ibom State. And by marriage, I'm now from Ogun State, Abeokuta.
Thank you very much. So you'll be supplying me oral fish. If you're here and you watched this program last year, you would remember Eno from last year. She had one interesting gist about drinking tea. I'll definitely ask her to repeat the story for us. And can you please tell us where you're from, sir?
Oh, I'm from Imesile. That's an Ijesha part of Osun State.
Okay.
And by marriage, I'm from Ijebu. So I am what I call a contrast, a combination of two contrasts in Yoruba land. We say Ijesha and Ijebu. We are always
you always have loggerheads. Yes. I actually appreciate how you said this is the first time I'm hearing a man saying by marriage I'm from. Thank you. So I think men should actually, follow this pattern. When you're introducing yourself, you should say where your wife is from. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, please, can you tell us where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from, we call this place Ishagoshe, somewhere in Ijebu Ife, Ijebu Mushi area. I'm an Ijebu man. My wife too.
No, say by marriage.
Okay, by marriage too. I'm also Ijebu because my wife is from Ijebu.
Okay.
Specifically, Ijebu Ishiwo. So we are just Ijebus in our family.
I'm sure a lot of Ijebu meals will be going on in your house.
A lot.
Can you tell us an example of one?
Yeah, like the kokore is one interesting Ijebu food we like a lot in the house. And that food, interestingly, we take that food with cold eba. And it's something that I always look up to whenever mommy is preparing that. I think it's something we really
Wait. Did you say you eat the ikokore with cold eba? Is that what you said?
Yes, with cold eba. You can make the eba maybe like a day before.
What?
Or if you make the eba right now, if it is still hot, you put it in the refrigerator and the freezer to get cold. You need to eat that food with cold eba for you to enjoy it.
If you said you make the eba from yesterday, wouldn't it grow mold or something?
No, but don't grow mucus or mold or something like that. It's just for how many hours? Probably you make the eba maybe around 9 in the night in the evening, and you are taking the meal, maybe the kokore for breakfast. We take kokore for breakfast. We are not the Western type where you say it must be cereal. We are Ijebus.
Yeah, you people have a very distinct approach to life, Ijebu people. But in the real sense of it, are you also Ijebu? That description we give people, you are Ijebu.
Well, that is.
Ijebu people are generous. Where did the term come up from? You don't know. Of course, you would know because you are an Ijebu man. You would definitely hold brief for your people. You won't want to say anything less. So, viewers in the house, for those on Zoom, on YouTube, if you would like to drop a comment, let me know if you have actually tried eating eba with ikokore. For those who know what eba and ikokore is, let's hear your views about that. So, I go to you, Eno. Can you tell me a meal that is known, popular maritime school?
Okay. So we have the ekpan kukwo, but for Oron now, we have what we call iwekpan.
Iwekpan?
Yes.
What's the response?
Alagande. Alagande. Okay.
Let's leave the English. French. I'm going to have to enroll in a school to actually learn how to say that.
Yes.
So you're telling us about the meal.
I was talking about iwekpan. Now, iwekpan is cassava, and I think you grate it and you allow it to ferment, and they wrap it. It comes in long strips, and they wrap it in plantain leaf. So you roll it.
Wow.
Yeah, when you boil cassava, and so the alcohol is there. So you leave it for some time, and then the soup they eat with it is called otong.
So, but wait, if you leave it for longer, won't the fermentation process continue?
No. So you've boiled it. I don't know better.
Calling today, I hope my phone.
That's when we were talking. I was telling that we've really got food in Nigeria.
Yeah, we do. We have.
So it's called efere otong.
Efere
is soup.
Efere.
Then otong is the name of the soup.
Okay.
So that soup now we use okra. Then we have some seeds. It's like beans. They put it in the soup. So we use palm oil, we use every other thing that I know how to make soup.
Do you grind the beans or you just use the beans?
No,
the seed
so
form?
it's not like beans.
Oh,
It
okay.
tastes like beans.
Legumes.
It's small,
It's
yes.
sort of-
yes,
sort of
yes,
legume.
yes, it's a legume. Yes, and then we have this uba. This uba as well, you can also put it in the soup.
Okay.
So you cut the otong like that. And then
So when
you
was the
see.
last time you made oral food for, Mr.
As in
Tayo?
that ipan.
No,
That
this one that you
ipan.
just finished describing. now.
I've not made it.
So, but
I'll be honest with you, I've not even.
So when was the last time you ate it?
When I ate it, when I went, it's long ago. It's a ceremonial food. Because I
Okay.
know during my traditional wedding,
Okay. It was prepared.
yes, it was prepared.
Yeah,
so it's a ceremonial.
So it's safe to say it's a ceremonial
It's
meal.
ceremonial.
It's not your everyday meal
No,
that
no,
you
no,
can
no,
just
no, no,
prepare.
no. It's not every day.
Yeah, obviously, because you said it takes a lot of time to actually even process the meal.
It's ceremonial. I know we have
Wow.
specialists for those kind of meals.
What she said, you cook it for hours.
Yeah.
I was wanting to ask, like how many hours?
It's not that long ago. Don't mind me. Then, as a child,
It
it
seemed
was looking
really
like
long.
hours.
Yeah.
Let me say that because it was as a child I used to witness
It was
the
a really
cooking.
long
But as an
time.
adult, maybe it's 30 minutes, 1 hour. It may not be
Wow.
that long.
Do you know that there's a lot of money to be made if someone can actually sit down to get all the recipes from Nigerian meals?
True.
We have so many different. I mean, just one tribe alone can
And,
churn
and our
out
meals are healthy.
very, very
quite
healthy.
healthy.
Not today that all we do is rice, eban, gari, and egusi soup. We put
Yam.
okra today. We put
And yam.
And
and yam. We have a lot of traditional meals that we can actually, bring back to the table.
Yeah.
I was telling him about the Yoruba white corn, igbo,
Yeah.
how, they will make it back then and then fry some really nice stew with the tiny fish. What's the fish called now? Those tiny fingerling fishes, yeah? But now, who has time to even sit down to start boiling? I'm sorry, but we have to be factual. Times have changed. Things have moved on. We have so many things taking our time now for me to sit down and be boiling corn. So I'd just like to know from your end, what's the main meal from Ijesha?
Okay, thank you very much. Let me start by a saying in Yoruba. I will
Yoruba
try
people
to-
always have sayings
I
for
will try
everything.
I will do my best to interpret it. Yoruba has this saying that Iyán ló ń jẹ, ọkà lóògùn,
Okay,
àìrírárá là ń jẹ̀kọ.
that's deep. What does that mean?
Very deep. Food. When you talk about food, you are talking about pounded yam.
Yeah.
But amala is actually medicine. But when you can't find anything at all, that's when you go to pap.
You go to
Pap.
pap. Okay.
Yes. So, as an Egyptian man, very simple. Pounded yam with ilala sepo. Not this watery okra soup that we do these days. Thick concoction that when you take the okra, the way it draws, you like it.
Yeah, fresh from
And
farm.
you did not complete your meal then until you drank some cups of palm wine, freshly tapped. That's when you really enjoyed it. It's
So do you
like-
go to tap the palm wine? Have you tapped palm wine before?
I have never, but I had an uncle who was a very good wine tapper, palm wine tapper, and we always looked forward to that evening when we will have a good drink of palm wine. And after that, your evening was made.
So you just said your uncle. So that means you're referring to when you were little. Are you telling me that children actually drink palm wine?
Thank you. Children drank palm wine. It's just like when you talk about the British or the Western people, they have white wine, they have red wine. So our own white wine smell of was palm wine.
No, it is when maybe you could say your fruit wine, and then when you want to have some alcoholic content, then it becomes the white wine, right?
You. Okay, so there's a way. Thank you. So when you tap it
Yeah.
on the first day, and within the first few hours, it was fruit wine.
Yeah.
But when you now leave it for a few hours or more than one day, it turns to Smirnoff. And then when you still leave it further, then it turns to beer. Just it keeps graduating until it becomes cognac. Do you understand? So it's really, so for children, the fruit wine, that is the day version was for them, is for them. And up to today, in Nigeria land, everybody still drinks palm wine.
Yeah, but I find out that, in the urban setting, we hardly find, I can't remember the last time I saw a palm wine tapa or something. It's not popular anymore. We don't even get to know where to buy palm wine, like a fresh one.
Well, unfortunately, Annie, the thing is, when it comes to food these days, I think our philosophy is what God cannot do does not exist.
Right.
Yeah, we are beginning to forget, where we were brought up with, what we used to know. They are all going, if not gone.
Yeah, so would you say that is as a result of, times that have changed? We have a lot of activities to catch up to. I'm a housewife, yes, I'm a mother to children, but I have other businesses and things to attend to. I don't have time to sit down.
Yeah, many factors contribute to this. First, even the natural habitat where you used to get those things from, they've all changed.
Yeah.
Now, those places that used to be farms in those days, they are now shopping malls and stuff like that. So where do you even get the ingredients? Then the time is no more there anymore. Everybody now walks. In those days, we were all farmers. We went to the farm and the leaves were around us. Everything we needed were there. But now, do I go to my office and pluck vegetable? It's not possible.
Perhaps. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really agree with you. Urban development has taken up a lot of healthy living that we're supposed to be living now. So I wanted to ask you, Mr. Kehinde, when was the last time you ate your local meal?
My local meal, I think earlier this year.
Earlier this year. We are already in the 9th month of the year.
Earlier this year. The reason being, we traveled. At the time, we just have to travel out of our station here. But then, funny enough, we still have a tuber of watanyam in the house.
Can I come for it?
Can you?
Can I come for it? Can I come and have it?
It's actually growing on its own,
Wow.
Reason being, mommy was not around to prepare, and for me,
and daddy cannot prepare.
Daddy is trying.
So viewers at home, this is interesting. I've just informed. In fact, I had no idea. I was just informed that all those daddies you saw cooking, there were mommies supervising them, and I'm like, why? Why do they need supervisors? So, but I think I've gotten the answer I need now from you.
Quickly prepare the ingredients and say, look, guys, let's go to bed. Went to bed. As early as 4 a.m., I started cooking, boiled the rice, parboiled the rice, then brought out the stock, microwaved the stock because it was in the freezer, did the microwaving, and prepared the fried rice, When I was done, my son came and said, Daddy, I want to see the color if it is really fried rice. And I opened the pot. And he said, Daddy, really? I said, yes. I said, let's go to church. After church, we came back from church and I served the food. Believe me, those guys ate like, I was kind of, wow, they are not missing their mom. I've done a very wonderful job, you know?
No. So this is what's going to happen. As we are here right now, ask the boys their opinion about the rice. So I'll get back to the house.
No problem.
Right?
Go
So that
ahead,
we can confirm this
because
thing.
mommy came back.
This is your opinion,
yes,
right?
mommy came back and she was expecting to see if we left, kept some rice for her. But unfortunately, the boy said that, Mommy, we'll finish the fried rice.
Wow. There's no longer living meals. So viewers at home, online, on YouTube, on Zoom, we'll be taking a quick break, and we'll be back in a bit. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. On. All All right, ladies and gentlemen and children and all viewers, thank you for staying tuned. We're back from our short break, and it's been interesting because I've had some side talks with our panelists here, and I tell you, we have been laughing all afternoon. I wish you could have heard some of the things we were saying, but we'll share some of them with you. So we were talking about how, daddies just start up the business. I mean, children, I'm sorry, when you're older, you would understand this bit that I'm talking about. But the daddies in the house know what I'm saying. And after a while, you have to literally, write an application letter. Please, can you help me out? And we're asking, how and why do they become like that, Well, what exactly is this? Please, I would like to see some comments. If there are daddies in the house or mommies in the house, can you tell me what you think made them, can we say they changed? Or, no, they didn't change. They more became innovative because they handed the business over to the mommies. That said, I wanted to ask you, what are your expectations for this competition?
Oh, wow. The brave men that have come out.
You call them brave?
Yeah, I call them brave, yes, for doing this. Some people like cooking in the secrets. They just cook for themselves or their families, and they're fine, everybody's okay with the food, but going in a competition where you're going to have judges taste your food, and you also have support of children as well. So yes, let me give it up for them. So I'm clapping for you for taking this bold step. And I'm sure it will be good. It will be nice because I don't think we have learners there because it's a competition and you don't want to just come and try and learn how to cook today.
Yeah.
Yes, so obviously it shows they can cook. Yes, they can cook. So it's now what exactly are they going to cook for us, and then the tastes. How good will it be? There is no concussion food.
I'm sure we're about to find out because they've spent listening to me, competitors in the house. So far, you have spent 1 hour 30 minutes. Please, I think it's time for you to start rounding up because you still have to come over to the hall to set up. And I'd like to introduce again the people who have taken the bold step, according to Eno, to participate in the program. So I'll start with the Alsa group. We have the men, Mr. Abdulmalik Ibrahim. Please, can I see some round of applause in the chat room? Please appreciate them. They're doing very well. Mr. Abdulmalik Ibrahim, Mr. Mohammed Hamishu, and the children, the junior chef, Faiza Lawandin and Mohammed Garba. And then the supers, the supervising mummies, are Khadija Mohammed and Fatima Abubakar. For the middle belt group, we have Mr. Justice and Mr. Daniel. The children are Sharon and Echo. And our supervising mummies are Mrs. Ayuba and Mrs. Ule. For the Yoruba group, we have Mr. Tosin Oshomoji and Mr. Sheyi Ajayi. The children are Ogorotimi Grace, Adesanwo Adebola, and the supers are Mrs. Ogorotimi Ajoke and Dr. Yadotun Dupe. For Niger Delta, we have Mr. Odika Onyekachukwu, Mr. Ikpat Emmanuel. We have the children, Rema Banigo and Francis Nwakalo. And the supers are Mrs. Welsh Banigo and Mrs. Alimatu Ozenwa. For the Igbo group, we have Mr. Eso Celestine and Mr. Ugo Ayogu. The children are Onyinye Ugoja and Chibugom DK. And the supers, the mummies, supervising them are Mrs. Stella Okerenikpe and Mrs. Chinyere Ayogu. So, I mean, I'm so excited that, they've taken this upon themselves. It's interesting that, there's some men that can actually cook, and I appreciate that, they've come out to do this for us. And I'm looking forward to in the meals that they'll be bringing. I really want to be surprised. You know, at the beginning of this program, Mrs. Bakpolo said, we're going to be surprised. I am waiting for the surprise. I would like to see how the food will turn out. And I'm sure everyone there at home too is expectant and looking forward to see how the food will turn out. I'm sure you all know, participants, that part of your assessment will be presentation. I'm sure your supers will do a good job to make sure that your meals are properly presented. Now, that said, I would like for everyone, I mean, when you see them, the next time you see all those people that I have mentioned, make sure you shake their hands and say, now, man, you be, right? For them to be able to come out to do this thing. Now, man, you be. Thank you very much, Saz. We really appreciate you. So I was going to ask you, Eno, as a child, what was the weird meal that you enjoyed?
Weird meal that I enjoyed?
Yeah.
Weird. As a child, I used to feel banga soup. We call it abak in my place.
Okay.
I used to feel it was weird.
Okay. So you know what? Just hold that thought. We'll go to the house to see Niger Delta, and we'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying tuned. That was from the Middle Belt Kitchen. And I can say that I am stunned to have heard the pounding going on. Middle Belt Group, if you can hear me, you're going to make a special package for me, right? Because I am asking. Apart from the pounded yam that you have made, you're going to send me 1 tuber of yam from that yam, from the yams that I saw in that kitchen. I'm sure you heard me, right? Because I know that Middle Belt yam from Benue is always very, very fantastic. If you have not tried Benue yam, I can assure you, you haven't eaten yam. Yes, I know there's Onitsha yam, there's yam, but eat Boko yam, and you testify of the difference. So, Eno, you saw what they were making, right? Are you looking forward to tasting it?
Yes, so I love Boko yam.
No, not the yam, the soup.
The soup, from the screen, it looks like egusi. I don't know the name of the soup. Please, what's the name of the soup?
So we'll find out when.
Yes, but it looks like something I can take.
Okay, so I'll make sure that the camera is beamed on you when they bring the food into the kitchen for us to. To the tables here for us to taste, so everybody will see you eating.
My face.
Eating the food. So I was going to ask, you were talking about the weird meal that you had as a child that you didn't like.
Yes. So as a child, then we used to call it abak soup. It's still abak soup from my place, like from Akwa Ibom. And the process, I think it was a process that made it so weird for me. By the time you get the palm kernel, you start pounding. After pounding, we have to drain the oil. Then the part I dreaded most was washing the basin. I had the palm oil.
Yeah.
Then we cut the periwinkle. You know, our periwinkle is not the one they brought out.
Okay.
It's the one that is with the shell. So you have to cut the front and the back. There was a skill to
But isn't the periwinkle so tiny? How do you cut
It's a skill. I can do it too.
Wow.
You just cut it.
So maybe you do a video for us sometimes, right?
From the head and the bottom. You cut it out. So the process was quite tasking then. And by the time you put tama leaf, we put the leaf, a tama leaf in it with uyayak. We call it this black, long, I don't know what they call it in other tribes. But we use it for pepper soup as well.
Okay.
It's long, big. It's not the small pepper soup one. So we put that as well. So by the time they finish the soup, I think on the first day, they used to call it, sorry, I think that's, okay. So on the first day, I don't know why it used to sound bitter. Conde started tasting quite nice. But when I grew up and started cooking, I found that it wasn't that
bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. And then getting married to a Yoruba man that's partly Delta as well, banga soup is like a favorite as well. So I started, I developed that art of cooking it quite fast.
Quite often.
Yes, and then even in the UK, we have banga that is already tinned.
Yeah.
So all you just do is pour it in, and it became so easy for me. So it's no longer weird.
Thank you very much, Eno. So I was going to ask it.
If I would like to prepare what
like try the recipe if the recipe is sent to you.
In as much as we have men cooking over there now, and with what I saw and what I heard, I think it would be nice to taste what they've cooked. I would love to really have a taste to see.
No, I mean, if you want to taste it, I'm saying you will.
Why not? I'll try. I'll give it a try.
So if we are to repeat this competition and you're requested to come out,
why? I'll be
fantastic, fantastic. So club volunteered himself to join in the next competition. So I was going to ask you, Mr. Taiwo.
Yeah, please.
You seem to be a foodie, because from all our discussions, I know that you said a lot about food.
To the glory of God.
So can you pound yam?
If I could.
Pound yam.
I've never done it before in my life.
Can you people imagine? A foodie would have seen how to pound.
I lost my mom the day she gave birth to me. Interestingly again, when I left her and I came to live with my dad, I came to, Fuji House of
Fantastic.
And I said, second set, third set, and let me just keep it there. So I was.
Why are you not trying to cook now? At least.
You bend a fish when it's still alive, but once it is dried and you try bending it, I'm sorry, you are breaking it. So at this moment, I can't break the fish. It's already dried. That's the truth. So like you were asking Kende if he could cook all those things. I can cook I can cook the ones that does not require pan. Okay.
So we'll get back to you. Just hold your thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen at home, we want to go to the Igbo kitchen now so that we can view what they are up to, and we'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Are they cooking in the bedroom? Okay.
They are done.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. It's interesting to see that the Igbo people are actually ready. So, to all contestants, I'm sure you know that you have about, say, roughly 40 minutes to go because the time you were given was between 2 hours and 2 hours 30 minutes. So, I would advise that by now you should be heading to the hall to set up your tables. So that you will not lose points for tardiness. Being on time is also part of your assessments, as I'm aware. So, round off and make your way to the hall to set up. We are hungry. It is lunchtime. Please, we want to eat. So at this point, I'll just also introduce the judges that will be assessing the participants today. And she found astonishing. So let me ask you, what combination of food do you find weird?
Oh, I said something.
All right. Well, just go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay, I said that what God cannot do does not exist, but there is this particular food, which incidentally, it's a local delicacy in my town. They call it abari. Abari is the corn version of mai. So instead of using beans, they use corn. And they also spice it up with garden egg.
Oh, wow.
It's common, it's popular, but I don't like it. In those days, I used to eat it because I was forced to eat it. But I'm not sure that with the freedom I have now, I'm not sure I can eat it. So
wow.
That's one thing I don't like. But every other thing you bring my way, God is able.
Okay, so this afternoon, I'm going to be looking out for you at the tables. I'm going to make sure you eat, not from the Yoruba table.
Don't worry.
From every other table.
Bring it. What God cannot do does not exist.
So for me, a meal that I had I don't know if I should call it a fetish for when I was little that people actually thought is weird was that I used to eat white rice with okra, just plain okra.
Oh.
And, people around me would be like, why are you so weird? Everybody's eating rice with stew, but you have decided to go on with okra. Sometimes I could even eat it with ewedu. For those who know what ewedu is, the Yoruba soup for eating amala. I'll eat rice and ewedu or rice and okra. And I just liked it because I didn't want to eat stew. But now I'm not sure I can. I'm not sure I can pull it off now as I am older. So can I know your weird meal combination before we go for a short break?
My weird meal, interestingly, I think if I say it, it sounds really weird. Rice and gari.
Excuse me?
Rice and gari.
Rice and gari.
How does that work?
White rice, sprinkle gari on it, and it's weird.
Wait, you mean you boil rice? White rice?
White rice. You boil the white rice, add your stew, then you just sprinkle dry gari on it. So you said weird meal now, so it's really weird.
Are you people hearing what I'm hearing? Like all of us here are literally gapped mouth and like, are you serious? It's not beans. It's beans I know you sprinkle gari on.
But
yeah, when I was going
I think I will concur. It's weird, but I think it's something worth trying. Sincerely speaking.
Okay.
It's something worth trying. The fact that you have the stew, the thing is the gari will be a kind of, how do I put it now, a thickening flavor. And
for the stew.
It's weird.
But the stew is already thick. What other thickness do you need?
An extra taste.
Variety is the spice of life. Okay, go ahead, please.
Let me explain. Sometimes in our local parlance we say something make crayfish to bend.
Condition they make crayfish bend.
Those days, I come from a very humble family, humble home, and when they serve us food and you see the portion of rice on your plate, and you feel like this thing will not be enough for me. And you want to add something to it so that you can be filled.
To augment it.
Wow.
So we search around in the house. Oh, I've seen gari, and we sprinkle the gari on it so it becomes.
So, but would you eat that now that you're a big man?
No, not really. No.
But what if when you get home, because I'm sure your children are watching now, they want to see you experiment it.
We can try it. We can try it. We will try it.
Are you sure you'll be able to eat it?
I'm sure they will want to try it even without me even asking them to, because those boys are
Interesting.
Experimental.
Adventurous.
Yeah, was it feeling?
Good
Was
luck
it
with
feeling?
that.
Was it feeling? Like, did you?
Yeah, it was. It was.
It was feeling.
It
So
was
that means
feeling.
Gary has weights.
In fact,
Dry or?
in fact, there are times we even take rice with bread.
No, that's
You've done that
that's
too.
normal,
Okay.
that's normal.
No. You
That's
people are
shawarma.
making
You see,
me.
let me tell you, that's actually shawarma.
How is it shawarma?
The thing is, what shawarma? Is it not flour with some other things put
Fillings,
in it? So
yeah.
you could do your own with bread and rice. You are still
Okay,
doing the
so
same
wait.
thing.
Do you buy the aggregate type of bread, loaf of bread, and then you cut it and then?
No, you don't.
Oh, you
cut.
just
You know, no, when you're eating, when you're like, I don't know the way you eat your own beans and bread.
No, you cut it with a bread knife and then you slice it and then you
All
open
those
it.
are
and
Western way of doing this. You see, I'm a local man, so we do it the normal way. You break the bread. The beans is in front of you, and you cut a portion of the bread to slap the beans. The same way you use it to slap the rice.
Kenny, you remember the saying in Lagos, what if you bread the
Exactly.
And
No, wait. You people, let me understand something, because I know that I need to understand the process. So you just put is it going to be stewing the rice?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so it's stewed rice. You have mixed. So like you now use the bread, you cut the bread and then
You just you are using the.
What are you trying to achieve?
Eating.
You are eating. You are eating.
It all goes in the same place, whether it's separate or you mix everything. It's entering the same place.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Wow, it's amazing. People that have access to chat, can you please send in the weird meal combinations that you like, that you've tried, the ones that you do not like? Let's just read them and laugh over them. So those in the house, like I said, I think by now you should be heading out to the hall to set up, because our correspondents are back. So that means you are running out of time and the judges are waiting for you. Remember that being prompt is part of your assessment. Yoruba group is ready, but you're not at the hall yet. Can you make your way to the hall and then you can set up? So let me ask you, Eno. When was the last time you actually cooked a meal for yourself that you enjoyed for yourself by yourself, and what was the meal?
A meal for myself.
Don't worry, I understand. So let me rephrase the question. A meal for the family.
No, exactly, I understand. That's what I'm thinking.
It's hard because you hardly have any time. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but the thing is, I actually love afefe, white soup.
Okay.
That's ofe nsala for the Igbos, yes. So I like afefe and pounded yam. So on Sundays, I do afefe and pounded yam. So when I'm cooking for the family, it's like me cooking for myself, because when they're eating, I can balance too and sit and enjoy the meal. So the last time I did that was actually 2 months ago, because I wasn't around, and so I've not really been able to cook for myself, but it was 2 months ago.
Ah, that's nice. So, Mr. Tai, when was the last time you had your favorite meal? Obviously, you didn't cook it. But you just told us here now that you are the DD and you don't do any cooking.
Okay, the thing is this, my wife sometimes throws the challenge to me, like when they go to church and I don't go. So the last time they went to church, not the last Sunday, as the Sunday before, the meal was actually meant to be for the family, but when they tasted it, it became my meal. Because they couldn't take the risk. And what was it really? Rice, ripe plantain, everything mixed together with different. I couldn't even remember everything. At the end of the day, I ended up being the one that.
Wait, so you were able to eat it?
Of course, I take risk a lot when it comes to food. In as much as.
But didn't you were cooking for people?
I did. That's what I said. I'm not a good cook. I praise those who are cooking today, these men, because a man that is singing the praise of another man is doing a very good job. They are doing a very good job. The fact that they are even doing it, I can't do it. If I do it, I will spoil this competition. That's fact. So I did something I thought the whole family would like, because ripe plantain, there is this sweetness to it. and jollof rice itself, and I just mixed everything with beans and everything. So you can imagine, you have beans, you have ripe plantain, you have rice in the same. So my children saw, and they're like, Daddy, what's this yoki? I said, now you know yoki. My wife looked at it, just looking at it alone. She couldn't go there. Fine, it's okay. Everybody left it for me, and hallelujah.
What an interesting story. You are just amusing.
But then you know good food. So how do you know good food when you're not cooking? When you're cooking what people cannot eat.
How do I do what?
How do you now know good food and say this one is tasty?
How do you know good food?
How do you know good food?
How do you know? How do you know?
That a meal
I made a good meal for you.
Okay, that
a meal is enjoyable. That this meal
enjoyable.
is good.
How would I know that a meal is enjoyable? That it's good. Personally, sorry, I don't see it from another person's perspective.
Obviously, because if you can eat jollof rice with beans and plantain and everything, this same man here said while we were having one of our off-air discussion, cooked rice with Milo. Who does that?
It was an adventure. But, so the thing is, like I told you, I don't eat at the dining. Even now, I sit on the floor. Sit down and then
local man things,
local stuff. And so I judge the fact that maybe a meal is good by my own standard.
I'm not sure how you would have been able to pull this off. So if you are asked to judge a meal, how would you go about judging it?
To judge meal?
Yes.
I cannot judge meal. I can't.
But you can
because
eat.
a cultural taste to everything. Okay. A meal cooked by an Hausa person, which is a local Hausa meal, I don't expect it to taste like a local Yoruba meal. So how do I now say one is...
But you told us here that you're an adventurous person. Anyway, I'll get back to you. That you've tried meals from different places, so you should know. But club people, please don't invite Mr. Adeyemi to tell us about to try. Which of the meals are you especially looking forward to? Please don't say Yoruba.
No. I think I'm looking forward to the Niger Delta food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. What meal do you think you will see? Hopefully.
Niger Delta. Maybe I will see Ofem Were. What's it called? Is there anything like Ofem Were?
Ofe Oweri is Igbo soup.
Is Igbo soup? Or
yes.
Igbo soup. Okay. Niger Delta soup.
I think I heard them say something about afang soup.
Afang soup. Okay, that would be great. I would like to.
How about banga if it is there?
Banga, of course, banga with starch. Is there any starch available? I think that would make plenty of sense if they have it available. I would like to try it.
Okay, so I actually saw the Middle Belt people making zobo, the hibiscus leaf drink. Yummy. And there was something I saw that an ingredient. I'm surprised because I've never actually heard anyone had the honey. They actually had the honey to it, so I'm sure.
Honey.
To zobo.
Okay.
Yeah, with pineapple. I mean, I've always known of pineapple, but, adding honey, maybe the honey would be the natural sweetener as against adding sugar which is a healthier option. So I'm actually looking forward to tasting it. And I know they also had some other spices like garlic and ginger, and then to just make it to have some zing and zang. Wow. So ladies and gentlemen at home, we have come to like a concluding close of the part one of this program. Our contestants have started setting. You need to go. Be back in a few minutes. Thank you very much. Leave because we have come to the end of the program. I would like to say a big thank you to our panelists. You have made it an interesting one. Thank you very much of time, but I'm sure
you should do a video of it and send to us.
There will be a next time to share the time out to sit on YouTube, home and abroad. Thank you for staying tuned and look forward to seeing you soon again. Enjoy the rest of the program. Bye for now.
Woman, what you can see. Baby, what for shrine? I am what you can see. Yeah, but some of our prayer, what you can see, man. Yeah, the thing I say, I'm in your opinion.